Alright, finally I made it for my second video. And this video is gonna be about the energy of Tehuti. And the reason why I'm making about the energy of Tehuti is because it's very close to me. The initial of my names are T.H.T. So T is the name, H is the surname, T is the other surname. So in ancient languages like Kemetic language and Medunachar, which is the Medunachar, the actual hieroglyphic from ancient Kemet, the vowels were not really pronounced. Like, for example, if you watch my previous video, I talked about how Kemet is not actually called Kemet, but it's pronounced Kemet. So just the K, the M, and the T. So inevitably, T.H.T, end up with the pronunciation of Tehuti, which is also, yeah, the dog has something to say, which is also a word in Eritrean language, Tehut, which means be underneath. And it's interesting because I'm not gonna say who, but one time that person told me Tehut kun, like be slightly underneath. And I knew the energy of Tehuti, and I was like, wow, Tehut kun? She was basically telling me to humble myself a bit because I was being over the top with a certain behavior. It doesn't matter really, but I'm like, okay, Tehut means be slightly lower. And I said, if Tehut means that, and of course we knew the energy of Tehuti, we knew the figure of Tehuti in Eritrea and the whole of Africa, the whole of the world really. Why they specifically wanted it to be slightly lower? And to in compared to what? And I said, yeah, compared to the ultimate creator. So I said, the creator is on top, and then there's the Tehuti. That's how I don't know, that's my spirit that is telling me that. That's how I metabolized it. But yeah, it makes sense to me. And if it makes sense to me, I'm the creator of my reality. That's how it is. You are nobody to them. It's not like that, you are nobody to them. It's not like that. But yeah, anyway, going back to Tehuti, he was known as ancient times as Ningis Zidda in the Sumerian culture, Anunnakian culture. Anunnaki, if you don't know who the Anunnakis are, it's a race of extraterrestrial beings. Some may say, I don't know, inner terrestrial being, whichever perspective you want to see, from the planet Nibiru, which is also called, I think it's 12th planet, if you consider also the moon and the sun planets, or I think also 9th planet according to Zachariah Sitchin as well. I'm not sure if I'm giving this information right. Just check it out for yourself. But anyway, I read the lost book of Enki, so there's a lot of information that you can actually find it online probably, and download it, PDF version. So yeah, Tehuti was known as Ningis Zidda, which to me sound also like niggas, for real. Ningis Zidda, and then the different variation phonetically. Ningis, Nogus, which we have in East Africa, in Eritrea and Ethiopia. The Nogus is the king. And then of course we got Nugur, we got Natar, which is the ultimate creator in the Medunachar language, ancient Kemet language, so-called Egypt, but we know that Egypt is just delineated by the boundaries that we have today. I look like a priest. I'm doing something like I look like a Catholic priest, though I'm not that one. Yeah, what I was saying. Yeah, you got the word Nigeria, you got Niger, you know, all those different phonetic variations, and then, you know, of course, brothers in the US say niggas, which it wasn't a derogatory term before. It was just a way to identify a brother, and I think it had a level of respect to it and reverence. But everything turned, as many other things turned in their meaning and being weaponized. But yeah, going back to Tehuti, known as Dingisita in the Anunnakian culture, Sumerian culture, known as Tehuti in our culture. Well, it's all our cultures anyway. But anyway, in African culture, known as Tehuti, Thoth for the Greeks also, Hermes Trismegistus for the Greeks, which means 3 times great Hermes. And then you have Quetzalcoatl for the Americans, let's say, North America, Mexico, you know, where his abode was, you know, the pyramid of the moon, the sun, you know, the complex of Teotihuacan. Teotihuacan, by the way, has the word Tehuti in it. And I think it means, Teotihuacan, I think it means where Tehuti lives or something to that effect. I'm leaving that out there because I'm sure it means something like that, but I'm not sure if I'm saying it specifically. So that's an energy there. I mean, Tehuti is able to just reincarnate a will, you know, and decide where to be, when to be, and all that, you know. And if you read the Emerald Tablets, he said that many times he descended a certain path where the people of Kem would not remember him, and then again ascend, and we will get to the knowledge of Tehuti. And this is the period that we live in, you know. Tehuti is back, and we can call it also not only the Aquarian age, but Tehutian age, in my opinion, because there's a strong awakening, and inevitably with a strong awakening, Tehuti, which is the god of wisdom, knowledge, which knowledge is the phrase of Aquarius, right? Aquarius is about I know, so it's inevitably the age of Tehuti. So Tehuti is the god of wisdom, knowledge, writing, the god of the moon, which is also connected to magic. Apart from emotions, the moon is connected to magic and manifestation. So Tehuti is in there for sure. But story has it, you can call it myth, legend, reality, that the person that is behind Tehuti is Seshat, which is his counterpart. And by whispering into his ear, he received his knowledge and wisdom. You know, well, they say behind the great man there's a woman. Yeah, confirmation by the animals. And what am I, a zoo or something? But anyway. Okay. Yeah, I was saying, what animal was that? Anyway. This is Jumanji stuff out here, man. So, I hope you heard that. Otherwise, I'm just talking crazy. So, what I was saying, behind every man there's a woman. Behind every man there's a woman. As in the story of Asar, which is Osiris, and Aset. You know, check the story out. I'm not gonna tell the story now. I'm talking about Tehuti. So yeah, this is the energy of Tehuti, which is also about trading. And I gotta touch on the brother Nipsey Hussle, which is an important figure to me, and I think for the people, because he does embody this energy. I mean, he's a brother that was born out of a father that is of Eritrean origin, and his mother from the US. So, in my opinion, he's the perfect link. He's the perfect link in order to embody this power. His name was also Ermias. Ermias is none other than Hermes Trismegistus, because if you say it phonetically, it might be written differently, but it's the same. Phonetically, it's the same. Hermes is written Hermes, and that's the Greek version of the 3 times great Hermes. And Ermias, when we translate it from our language, Eritrean language, it's Ermias, Ermias, the same. And what was Nipsey doing? Nipsey was doing music, which is about writing. Pretty conscious brother as well. So we're talking about wisdom then. Knowledge, of course, he was into that. Trading, he was into that. He was talking about cryptocurrency and things of that nature. So he was definitely on the wave. I wonder what he would be doing if he was here now in 2023. But I guess it wasn't meant to be. So yeah, Nipsey, which is interesting because in our language, I think the name derives from, we say body to people, Nipsey. Nipsey means body in our language. And I think that, yeah, his nickname was Nipsey for that reason. It's a way of saying, hey, buddy, in our country. We say, hey, Nipsey, Nipsey. So I think he got that name. I don't know. But anyway. So I personally have a brother, not like from same mother, same father, but brother as a friend of mine, which is also called Ermias. And guess what? He does music as well, so he's involved into writing as well. And yeah, I spoke to him briefly about something, and he was interested in things of that nature about trading. You know, it's not easy that people are really on that wave, but you can see how names have a certain importance and vibration. Really, you know, that's powerful. I mean, some of our people have very powerful names, like people from Eritrea. You know, if you consider Ermias or other names like, I don't know, Amaniel, which is the hidden son of God, which is the son of Sirius, the light that is behind our sun. That's powerful, man. That's powerful. Many other names, like you have, for example, and I leave it at that, and then I keep talking about Tehuti. Rahel, which is Ra, which is our sun, and El, which is God. For example, in Hebrew language, like Israel, right? You got Israel, which is Isis, Ra, and Elohim, or El, supposedly. So, which is the God body, you know, God spirit, and very, very powerful. And this is the reason why Tehuti really descended, and we don't know him anymore because we are detached from that knowledge and wisdom. You know, us of the diaspora were born and raised in foreign countries, and we forgot about the importance and powers of who we are. Can you imagine someone being born here and being ashamed of being called, I don't know, for example, as I said, Rahel, which is a very powerful name, and I thought I was called, I hope I was called Martha, which I don't know, might be a powerful name too, because I see the word Thai in it. I'm randomly using that word. Thai is the word for earth in Kemetic language. Ta is earth. But yeah, you see, that's just crazy how things are. But yeah, now we are awakening, and it is what it is. So, food for thought. If God split itself and became us and is experiencing his, her, its own creation thanks to us, right? Us as in feedback mechanism, yeah? Why wouldn't certain deities, certain primordial deities like the Nacharu is the primordial deity like talking Tehuti, Anubis, Sekhmet, Aset, these primordial, ancient, powerful deities. Why couldn't do the same? So why can't I be a personification, an embodiment of the energy of Tehuti, as much as someone that is claiming to be Tehuti that is, I don't know, in the Congo, for example, or someone that is in, I don't know, in Brazil, say, no, I'm Tehuti. It might be the same modus operandi. It sounds very, I don't know, weird, but it might be the same, might be the same way, in the same way that God did split himself. These deities might have done the same. It's just my idea. And the reason why this makes me think that, because the reason why I am T.H.T, my name is T, surname H, and the other surname T, makes me think about it. But one powerful proof that I had, it's in the house where I always lived. And on the floor, I have an image of an ibis-headed Tehuti. So Tehuti was depicted either as a baboon or as an ibis in the hieroglyphics. And me in the house have an ibis-headed Tehuti, where at the entrance in the kitchen, you have the corridor there, in the entrance in the kitchen. I'm like, wow, at the entrance in the kitchen. Ki means earth, by the way. So at the entrance of the earth, that's how I see it spiritually, That's how my spirit communicates to me, my higher self. And I'm like, wow, this is interesting, man. This is interesting. I might have had probably something to do with the energy in the past. How? I don't know, because I'm not a master. I'm not a master, and only masters can remember their past life. Lucky them. So I'm looking forward to hear from those masters, because I need some elucidation about it. Elucidation? English is not my first language. So yeah, forever live the energy of Tehuti. And I hope the delivery in my video was good, because I must be honest, I don't want to say I'm a perfectionist, but my first video I didn't like it. My sound was a bit robotic. Hope I got better, but I will get better with time, for sure. So I hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, take care.